Okay, cool. I'm gonna try this video once again. All right, so let's minimize that so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, so life. So I took a sample from life. I think I showed this in the previous video. I'm not gonna go through and show it again, but man, it is incredible the amount of things you can do with one sample. So this is one sample, picked some sound I like, right? Minimize it now. Then I brought it in. So you can, I think I showed this in the previous video, but if I didn't, you're gonna see it now. You can export just the wave, drag and drop it right into here. So I found this one that I like. I always adjust the gain in here on these sometimes because they can be really crazy loud. If you don't, adjust the gain, and then this is what it sounds like. I'm gonna turn the volume up a little bit. Can't turn it too loud because I got people. But I wanted to show you what I did else with it. All right. So one of the things that I'm doing is as I build my template is I always have the drum template, which I use the Kalen Ellis effects, KF effects. So you can put a sample delay, you can do whatever you want on there. My main purpose of putting this on the drums is when I'm really trying to saturate it a little bit or put it in mono, something to that effect, right? But I don't always use it. Sometimes it's just there, but I'm not actually using the stuff going on there. But I always have the drum air on every single time. And so I put that on. I'll show you here. I put that on here, turn it all the way up, and then I just adjust accordingly on slot A. Or, so we're on whatever, depending on which one I'm on. Okay, so slot A. Slot B, I use the Wolf compressor. So I've shown you guys the Wolf compressor. This is the 303 sound, and I use that on the drums, on percussion, and you can see I got it going on right here too. So slot C on my return is the RX 950. Now I don't use the RX 950 on everything. I use it every now and then, and I usually never use it plus the 303. So if I'm using that compressor, I don't really, now the RX is a filter, has a filter on it. It's got some audio bandwidth going on. And so it's a coloration tool. I have it set to sample. So I might put it on a sample sometimes if I want to get that old sound going on. Like I resample a record. But I'm actually using records on this, so there's no purpose in doing all that right now. But sometimes you can put it on other stuff. But in this particular case, I'm just using the Gulf compressor, and I'm using just that reverb. So here's the hats going on right here. So I'll play, let's see if I can do, just do shift. No, I do command, I'm sorry. Command, and then you can just highlight the stuff you want to hear. So here's the sample here mixed in with the percussion, other percussion, mixed in with the drums. And here's what it sounds like. So then you get that going on. So it's a cool little rhythm. Now this is 8 bars, so I probably would drop, if I'm making the song, I would actually drop out some stuff, but I just wanted to show you. Let's see if we can do command. We'll take off this and the perk. This is a really simple drum. I didn't really do much at all here. It literally is just hitting, just kick after, on the 1, 2, 3, 4. It's almost like a 4 to the floor kick. The snare, really basic too. You see that I have the snare. Well, I gotta show it to you. I have the snares hitting a little bit before, and here is hitting right on. It's pretty simple, nothing major going on there. Command J, get them. Okay. And then on the hats, nothing major going on here either. Play some hats. You can see them right there. Just a double loop. So I'm going to take that off. Then went in and did some chords, something simple. These are strum chords This is not Ableton Live 12. This is 11. In case you ask, I've used, if you use Scalar, and in Scalar they have a strum feature. You can let me show you. You can do the right here. So performance, strumming, alternate, slower, and then if you play, well, let me, right. So you got that, and then what I like to do is I usually use Kalen Ellis Effects. This keyboard is from Keyscape. It's a double felt grand dark. So because it's dark, I usually don't saturate it. It's already got a lot of coloration coming in. Keyscape, I don't feel like you have to do a lot to those pianos. Those pianos come out, they're already set up and ready to sound good. So all you gotta do is play them. So here's what it sounds like. Okay, tempo is at 75, so you kind of get a feel for it. So utilizing these returns, I'm actually, these are going to be on my, available to me more often. I'm going to start building the returns with the plugins that I like to use for different purposes. And then if they're in there, then all I have to do is just add how much I want on it. Or if I don't want anything on it, I can take it off. That's the beauty of it. And that's what I like to do. The bass side of things, I'm going to minimize some of this so I can show you. On the bass, there's no bass on here. It's just a kick. So usually I'm using Trillion. Again, Trillion is the same principle as Keyscape. You don't really need a lot going on. I usually use a muted bass in here. So just grab a muted bass. That one's got a tape on it. I'm going to turn the tape off because I can use some compression and stuff in there to help it. So I'm going to turn this down just a little bit because it's going to get loud. I can record something in there. I'm not ready to record. I hadn't really thought about what I want to play, but yeah, usually with this type of beat, because it's slow and I'm just trying to keep a sound going like that, I usually just take the root notes of the chords. So I might just go from a G. Use a like a ghost note, which is just the E that I'm leading into. And then probably play it to the C and then back to a G. So G, E, and then I switch it up over here. I go F sharp to a C. Okay, so that's all this is. So if I'm playing it and recording it, get the bass going, I'll play it in. But you get the drift of how I would play it in, just so you can see. There's two of that. So I think this one right here, I just need to play C out. I think I played C twice. So this should be C. So we're just gonna shift it there. And then this note here, oops, not command, shift down. Something like that, maybe. this one's a little bit like that, just so it's yeah. So my plan wasn't to build a track necessarily on here, but just to kind of show you how I would work with this. What's wrong with this? G. Oh, I did finish with G. Okay. Couldn't remember exactly what I did because I started this a little bit a while ago. So actually I was right the first time. Let me go back in and fix that now that I know what I did. Go down. All right, so this I think was G either here. Yeah, that was where it should be. Okay, so okay, and then what I would do is duplicate this, and then we're gonna bring that over to like very much the same thing, just a ghost note up here. So like that, and then just bring it to the G, like there. So it should sound. Okay, and then this, because this is the same. This is pretty much the same thing over and over and over. I'm gonna get rid of that. I'll play the rest of it. Like I'll just pick the part I need to play. So like I know I need this portion. If I like it the way it sounds, then I'll just go option over. Boom. And now all I gotta do is finish off the last two parts, which are here, and figure out what I played. E, so F sharp to C. Okay. So F sharp to C, we'll start it there, and then we'll record from there. All right, let's try that. All right. And Z, and then we're gonna put all this together. We're just gonna highlight it, Command J. Now we have an 8-bar bass riff. If I need to make any adjustments, cool, make the adjustments, but go. That's pretty much my basis for doing a song. So if you got quality, I'll say this about making music on the computer. A lot of people say that it doesn't sound good, or it can sound kind of bland. I think it's what you do to it that makes it sound bland, because there's some great stuff out there. Like Saturn is something that I really want to eventually get to put on my master channel. Just because I like the way the coloration that it gives to the track, kind of gives it a warmth to the track. So things like that, the Volt compressor can kind of do that and warm it up. There's settings in the RX 950 that you can set that gives a bit of warmth to the sound, versus like you don't have to just use it as a sampler. One thing about the RX 950 is you can, and mind you, like I said, this, or if I didn't say it, this is the RX 950 is on iOS as well as desktop. Valhalla's not, so you wouldn't be able to use that. But you know, you can use like EOS 2 if you're on desktop or iOS. I use that on the phone a lot when I'm making songs. There are ambience in there. You can use it on your drums. Just turn it down to where you only use like 10%. I know on the iPad you can get the Saturn from Lord have mercy, I can't think of the name. Fab Filter, which is really good. there's plugins that can do all of this. So don't feel like you gotta have these particular plugins. These are just the ones that I'm choosing to use personally. Uh, but yeah, find those plugins that do what you like them to do. I have some other ones that I like. RC20 is cool for putting the vinyl effects and stuff. If you don't have vinyl or don't want to go that route, you can just use RC20 and get that sound, the crackle sound, if that's just what you want, or the cassette sound that it comes with. I'm not. I want to use the actual thing just because I like the way I like listening to the records. Period. It's just something about it's fun to do. Um, some people are collectors. I'm not a collector yet, but I definitely can see why, because it's fun to get the albums that you know you would listen to all the way through and just listen to them on a record. So to me, that's fun. I don't have the MPC. I've had the live before. It would be cool to get. I have obviously I had the SP. You guys seen videos of that more, and it's fun to make music on there. But a lot of the stuff I could do on there, I could just do it on this computer. I don't need the MPC to do it. You know. But I understand why people like to use it. It's fun to do. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to show you guys some tools you can use to help enhance your samples or whatever you may be using to make music with. And that's it for this video. I'm out.